Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Age of Wonder. So title, Pyro Returns. Pretty easy. The Return. It sounds classier. I'm Miguel. My pronouns are he, they, and I'll be your GM this afternoon, evening, morning, whatever your time zone may be. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce our players. Go around the table here, and let's start out with Nikki.
Hey, I am Nikki. I use she, her pronouns today. I will be playing Savannah, aka Van, aka Bramble, who uses she, her pronouns as well.
And
Well,
perfect.
Hello, everyone. I'm Momo. I use she, they pronouns, and you can find me over on A Minstrel's Tale. I'm an Indigenous Chickasaw and Japanese content creator, and happy Native American Heritage Month, everyone.
Is it
And
me?
Jay.
Hi,
It's you.
everyone. My name is Jay. I use they, them pronouns. And today I am playing Honi, who uses it, its, and any pronouns. And I am a literal orb. And I'm playing the Doomed playbook. And I'm very excited to be here. And also, in addition to it being Native American Heritage Month, it is also apparently Adoption Awareness Month. So that's really cool as an adopted person. We get all the months.
Hell yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
All the months. Speaking of months, Pyro, aka Momo's character, has been away for a couple of them. Last we saw Pyro, they
Great
were
segue.
sucked into a portal created by Cosmos, our resident nomad. Who Cosmos was trying to safely tuck Pyro away during a battle involving a skyscraper collapsing. You know how it goes in Halcyon City. It's always something. However, when Micah Cosmos went to hit the return to sender button on her teleportation device, something fried out. You know, she didn't save her, her recent search history or whatever got deleted. She couldn't get to that last portal spot. And it's just been a stressful couple of months for Cosmos trying to find those coordinates again, etc. In order to see kind of what Momo has been up to, Momo and Pyro been up to, I'd like to check in with you, Pyro. So from your perspective, the last couple of months, let's kind of figure out what has been happening. So you come to on a planet very alien to you. You're able to breathe the atmosphere, so there's no worry there. But when you sort of come to consciousness, the sky is a color it shouldn't be. And there are these two people sort of trying to wake you gently, nurse you back to health, so to speak. You're sort of under a makeshift, or under like a deployed tent, we'll say, in a cot. They've bandaged some of your wounds, and they're just gently asking your name, and they introduce themselves as Zan and Endo. They're a couple, and they're the co-captains of this sort of scavenger crew, freelance space crew that just goes around doing odd jobs. And they're currently they're currently like finding scraps and whatnot in a battlefield, which seems is where you seem to have landed. They take you in for a spell, and kind of let you travel with them as you sort of heal up. And right around the time that you're kind of back up to speed, you run into a semi-familiar face, who is Lyra Starsplitter, a scientist that Cosmos had brought to Earth at one point during the first season, who'd gone back to space. Lyra is an Ornura, which is a frog folk sort of species. So she's little frog person there. And she's a member of the Anura Rebellion, which is a big coalition of different peoples throughout the galaxy who are an open rebellion against what they call the Empire of the Sun Eaters. Lyra says that she has the means and resources to potentially take you back to Earth, but not, eventually, like she'd have to work on it, but she could.
Yeah.
And here you're offered either to stay with Zan and Endo, be a part of the crew, explore the stars, see the galaxy, or work with Lyra and the rebellion in the hopes that she can eventually bring you back home.
Mm,
What do you do?
yeah. I appreciate, you know, your folks' help. And I totally get that it's going to take time. Um, yeah. This is just a lot to kind of take in, getting used to this space and just everything happening so suddenly. I would definitely do my best to pull my weight with what I've got. I wonder, since like I'm out here in space, are we closer to the sun? Are we further from? I wonder if I'm
You're
more
not
powerful out
even
here.
so you're not even in the same solar system anymore. Like you are out there somewhere, currently you're orbiting. This is probably the third star system you've seen now since you've been with Zan and Endo. You're sort of you're in a space station orbiting a moon.
Mm,
You are, I guess, proximity wise, you're closer to this star currently than you are to the sun when you're on Earth.
yeah.
But you're still, shielded from its business and whatnot by
Right.
space magic,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, it was like kind of a chance meeting here, like at a bar, a coffee shop, etc., restaurant,
Right.
on this
Yeah.
station, and sort of like what are you doing here? And then
Yeah. My friend probably sent me here. It's a little bit fuzzy. And I can't wait to get back because I have some people there that I think need me. So until then I'll just do what I can here, I guess. Yeah.
so do you join Lyra, or do you stick with the crew that you're on?
Lyra is the one that offered to like a way home for me, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So the crew found me. Lyra offered is like, hey, I have a way to get you home. The crew has no way to get me back.
They're they could potentially, but it's not really. I don't want to say it's. I don't want to say that it's not in their best interest, although
Okay.
it'd be a much longer journey. Like their
Yeah.
craft isn't made
Gotcha.
to travel those big distances that quickly. So it
Yeah.
could be months, it could be a year.
Okay.
For them, it would be like they'd have to pick up a job here and there to get there to continue to be able to fuel their ship
Yeah.
and everything.
I would go with Lyra then. Yeah.
Absolutely. Excellent. So you join up with Lyra and the Anura Rebellion.
Yeah.
I imagine during your time there, they would, ask for your assistance in various what we're going to call operations,
Yeah.
jobs and such to help their cause against the tyrants that they're fighting.
Yeah. Upon hearing about rebellion, she's just like, yes. Yes, this was definitely the right choice.
And I think in that time, you actually begin making a name for yourself, not just among the rebellion, although definitely with them, you become sort of like a hero, comrade to them, to everyone you're with. Yeah, space hero, exactly.
Yeah.
But even among the empire itself and other bodies, entities across the galaxy, you start hearing about this human whose skin glows like fire.
Yeah.
So we're going to shift back. This was great. Lovely. Thank you. I love everything we just did there. But we're going to shift back to Earth, to Halcyon City. We're going to say it's the same day for the rest of our group here, for Bramble and Honey. You've just returned with Cosmos to your home, the home that you've now been provided by your kind of association. We'll call it like the trust that the Dawn Brigade helped set up for y'all. But tell me, in my mind, it's like you've got like the whole top floor of like a nice little 5-6 story building somewhere, in a cute little neighborhood. But this is your place. Where is it? What's in it? Just describe to me your ideal, little superhero home in the city.
did they give me money to like furnish the place, or is it just like, hey, we paid your rent for a year and now you live here?
It both. I mean, your
Okay.
rent is paid, yeah, indefinitely, we'll say. Just and also you have this trust to draw from when you need, groceries and such, or a trip to the Maldives. I don't know what y'all do. Uh,
We're not traveling for funsies. We're looking for Killaley,
yeah,
and the brothers.
exactly.
Yeah.
But they
So
also,
go ahead.
no, yeah, go ahead. There'd also be like some standard superhero or super person like enhancements. Like you're gonna have like a communications panel to talk to the Dawn Brigade and other allies of yours. There's gonna be some extra security against no good nicks and such. But layout, furnishing or whatever, I think it was left completely up to y'all.
Okay. So I would say so. It's like a 3 bedroom, right? Because we have a room for
Yep,
Kaleli as well. So I
absolutely,
think
yes.
in Kaleli's room, it's pretty like I think that Van would have gone out to pick out furniture that she thinks that Kaleli would like based on the bedroom that Kaleli had back with her parents, but um, gets it more. It's more goth than what their parents probably would have let them have. So yeah. So I
Hmm.
think that I would have picked out furniture for her, but that's it. I wouldn't have decorated or anything and let them figure that out. And
Hmm.
then I'll let Cosmos describe their bedroom when they get back.
Hmm.
But I think for Van, the room is uh, pretty minimalist. There's not a lot going on in here. I think that there's a big, comfy bed, and then there's a smaller bed that's the same bed but smaller for Radicchio.
Yes.
And there's a water bowl for Radicchio's horse, and like
Hmm.
another bed for the horse. And she's got like soil and water set up in like a little one of those like fountains where the water moves,
Hmm.
so that way Radicchio can just like put a hand in the water and like put his feet in the soil and feed himself or however that happens. She assumes that
Hmm.
because he and his
Hmm.
horse are plants that's like how they feed. And so she just has that set up. She's got the room on the corner so that there's skylights so the sun can beam in. So like even though she's like I'm so dark and goth, but she has chlorophyll, so she's been absorbing the sunlight, and so she doesn't really have to eat. She does anyway because she's also a teenager and so she likes food. But yeah, so her bedroom is very like big comfy bed, maybe a desk
Hmm.
and a laptop for like watching videos and sending emails and talking shit about the Wonder Family, and
Absolutely.
then uh, and then like I would say the living room is probably like got like a big sectional, like really comfy couch and one of those like love sack beanbag chairs, like the big huge ones.
Oh, I have
Um,
one of those. They're so
like
good.
yeah, and like we just want to be comfy. So when we have our downtime, we have places to just like we kind of come in and crash and hang out. Big TV, like gaming consoles for sure. We haven't played very many video games, but Van is pretty sure that Cosmos is going to really enjoy that like Star Wars racing game, um, like pod racing, because Cosmos is always talking about like her super fast run that she did when she was 16.
That's right.
Um, and so yeah, so I think like we haven't gotten to play any games because we've been so busy trying to find out how we're gonna get Kaleli back and now hunting down the brothers that like we only come to like crash and eat in our apartment. But it's set up for like it's a teenage dream, this apartment. Like it looks really great, and then it's also very secure. I think that we would have splurged on setting up like the fanciest ring possible, like the ring doorbell thingy that has like a camera
Yep.
system, and then we have like the door lock that has like the thumbprint kind of thing scanner and stuff, with a
Hmm.
code as well because we're really paranoid about security.
Yep.
But yeah, that's our apartment.
Absolutely. So you come in, the place is empty. You do hear some ruffling from your room, Pyro. You just assume it's Radicchio and his horse doing whatever it is they do in their off time. What did I say? That's my bad. Sorry. Yeah. You notice there's some messages on the superhero machine, the voicemail, video, whatever it is. Some video messages you've got, like just the lights blinking. But as you come in, Cosmos gets an alert as well on their personal little, teleportation, force field, all of that device. Sorry, Honey. Yes.
Am I here with them?
Yeah.
Cool. I like to imagine Honey floats in, and you can watch as they start scanning the room with its like blue laser, and the beam just kind of like slowly goes around the entire room, and then it disappears, and Honey beeps a couple times and says, scan complete. And then turns its like viewer eye to face Bramble and says, hello, did you know that your electricity is slightly higher than average? You would save money on your electric bill if you unplugged some of your devices.
God damn
like this. And Honey floats over to your microwave.
Oh my god.
We use that to make hot pockets though, so we're just gonna keep that plugged in. So
Hot pockets. Are you making hot pockets right now?
sure, absolutely. And Van's gonna go over and make a hot pocket.
And Honey watches, because I don't think Honey knows what a hot pocket is, or has never seen a hot pocket be made.
I
Never
think
seen one in
Bramble,
action.
because
It seems very interesting.
Van's so irritated by this situation that she like takes it out and immediately goes to bite into it and burns herself, and it's like doing that thing where like you like chew with your mouth open and blow air at the same time.
If Honey could blink, it blinks at you.
Anyway, so Van Cosmos gets a bloop bloop.
Yeah, Cosmos gets this big alert. It's like a big red, like usually I think Cosmos's little holographic display or whatever is just visible to them, right? But this is like a big one. You all see like this big red light flashing. Bramble, she just turns to you and is like, I did it. I found Pyro. And Bramble, you would know that Cosmos has had for some time some background searches, algorithms, and things like that running in hopes of finding Pyro through one of these methods, and it seems like they've succeeded. As soon as Cosmos says that, they just like beep and boop, and right in the middle of your living room, right, probably like to the side of the couch, a big round, like big circular plane of light appears. It's kind of like blue and crackling for a moment. It's sort of like a smoky energy clearing, and then as it does, you see on the other side Kalili, aka Pyro. And how you see them, Pyro, this is what you see. You're on your most recent job with the Anura Rebellion. It was to recover some fuel cells from a location not too friendly to the rebellion, and it went south. So you are currently running away from the storage location where these fuel cells were, as it's sort of exploding in a ball of like blue fire. So Bramble and Honey, what you see is just like through this little window in space, Pyro's just running. Cosmos is trying to hold this thing open, and then Pyro, all of a sudden in front of you, this little round plane of space disappears, and what you see in its place, that same blue crackle of energy, and as it clears, you see Cosmos and Bramble and what looks like a floating soccer ball, but metal.
Floating
Sort of just-
orb has gone to hide behind something.
Oh, you do not see a floating orb. What do y'all do?
Yeah, I would keep running towards them, like
Mhm.
as much as Kalili is having fun, fighting this rebellion. They definitely have stuff they gotta take care of back home, and that's been like their main goal.
I think Van just like is shocked and just stands there because we've been trying to find Kalili for months, and now like I can see her and it doesn't feel real.
She's probably halved the distance between where she was when Pyro, where you started, and where between wherever you started when the portal opened, where you are now. But
Mhm.
those flames are just like right behind you. You're starting to feel this, you're starting to feel it get hotter and hotter
Yeah.
behind you as you're running.
I'm going to. Can I do? Yeah, she's basically like just running and like
Mhm.
like I would like she would activate like her powers like of her fire feet to kind of like use that to kind of propel herself forward like faster through that portal,
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll
like kind of kicking
to
off the ground.
roll to unleash your powers, because I am
Okay,
absolutely loving this. Let's do it.
that's a 6.
You all do have 2 team points in the pool. I think we start every
Yeah,
session with
use
those.
a team point.
Thank you. So
Um,
that's a reroll or
No, you just get a +1. Bramble, how do you
Okay,
assist
that's 7.
since you're the one that called the team point? You see Pyro.
I think I just
She's
yell her name
Mhm.
like with excitement,
Okay.
starting to believe it's real.
Yeah. And then Pyro, I think that's
Yeah.
enough, right? It motivates you. You just,
Yeah,
like,
that
you
would hella
dig
motivate
in,
her.
and you go, and I think maybe you get I think yeah, it's on me to say this. Well, what is it's a 7 to 9 is a soft hit, a bad hit. I always want to do this by the book, y'all.
You're the GM. You are the
Yeah.
book.
Okay, so you either get to mark a condition, or I'll tell
Okay.
you how it's unstable or temporary. I forgot the condition part. I want to make sure you have the option.
Yeah, for sure. Conditions. I think that we're not gonna mark a condition. We're gonna go ahead and you let me know how
Okay.
it's either unstable or yeah.
I think you're too excited, or you get
Mhm.
you're too enthused, motivated, whatever. Just I think the joy of seeing your friend
Yeah.
there, just fills you with this energy, that embodies you, that you manifest, and
Yeah.
you go a little too hard, you know what I mean? And then you
Yeah.
you go through and you sort of like fly through the portal. And as you do, the energy crackling with you kind of interacts with it, and it starts to widen. And then you sort of just go tumbling onto the couch, but you're safely back on Earth, right? Just the wisps of energy dissipating around you, and you're fine. But then Cosmos looks over in a panic because fire and whatnot is still coming through, and they're having trouble closing this thing. So what they do is they quickly activate a force field bubble around themselves, and then use it to like shrink the open portal around the force field, and just kind of hold it there as this wave of explosion passes over and sort of shakes Cosmos in the force field, but doesn't come through at all or harm y'all. But then Cosmos looks and says, "Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm gonna need to work on this," and then just starts beeping and booping again, trying to figure out how to get out of both this sort of still semi-open portal and force field bubble that she's trapped herself in.
Oh, no.
I think I might be here a while.
A while?
You just have this floating bubble with Cosmos in your living room in it right now.
Can we help somehow?
Do you want me to punch it open?
Cosmos asks, no, could you not?
Okay,
The
okay,
kinetics
okay.
are all weird on this. I think if you punch it, you're just gonna make it stronger.
Oh shit. I'm really sorry, by the way.
But she's
It's
stoked to see you home.
good.
She's
good
almost smiling, you know, like
almost, but not quite.
But not quite. It's Micah after all.
right.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. So I did not
Don't
think-
apologize. It's fine. And I think like Van runs over and like hugs you so hard and just starts
Aw.
crying.
Oh, she hugs her back and she just like she kind of like pats her head and she's just like, hey, it's cool. Like everything. Look at like I'm fine.
I'm glad you're fine, but everything's not
fine.
fine. Our brothers are missing.
They're probably just, you know, doing some dumb shit like they usually do.
Do you know
like,
how long you've been gone?
No, I figured time space was probably kind of weird or something. Like, has it been 5 minutes or something?
It's been the same amount of time for them as just for you. So like 2
No,
months.
you've been gone for 2 months, and so have our brothers. They don't usually go away that long.
Oh shit, 2 months. Yeah, that's kind of a long time and a problem. Where were they last?
I don't know, but I think this little thing, where'd it go? And like starts looking around for Honey.
Did Gadget have something to do with this?
As you say that, there's the blue light beams that pop out from where Honey is positioned itself behind, I don't know what, like a coat rack or something, and starts scanning. Is the portal still there? The portal is still there.
So
Yeah.
it is in that it's like, imagine that Cosmos, the force field that they're inside of is like, I don't know, a big marble or a big something. The force field is there, but it's like a rubber band. Or sorry, the portal is there, but it's like a rubber band around this force field bubble that Cosmos is inside. Where there's no get, you know, it's there, but there's nothing's going in, nothing's coming out. The force field bubble is essentially wedged in this portal in such a way that there's no passage through it, but it's also making it so that Cosmos is unable to break the force field.
Okay. So the blue light beams shoot out from where Honey has hit itself, and it's trying to scan the force field to see what it can gather from it.
Yeah, I think, you scan it and you're able to, you can tell that Cosmos's original or initial statement was correct. Any force applied to the force field will make it stronger. It's just, it's set up to absorb kinetic energy and blah, blah, science, blah, blah. But because the portal itself, you can also read that the portal itself is trying to close, but because of the force field, it's stuck in the pressure that the portal is putting on the force field is continually feeding its strength because it's, you know, continual energy that it's trying to like constrict with, etc. So yeah, Cosmos is very much stuck in like a loop right there.
So the blue beam disappears and there's just some beeping as Honey is processing the information.
Halili is staring very suspiciously at this gadget in our living room, question mark, like
yeah.
looking around like what, like
This is our
wait,
apartment.
we have an apartment, we don't have to live in that place. And is that, does that belong to Gadget?
No, I don't think so. I think it belongs to itself.
Oh,
Honey,
Okay, it
do you
spins
belong to
around.
somebody?
And faces you all. Hello, I am Honey. Holographic orientation navigation invention.
invented by whom? Not
Miguel, do we have a name? did we pick a name?
so sorry.
Because I know there are people from space, but I don't know if there was a name.
I don't think we landed on one.
Company
And I don't
name here.
know.
Oh, actually, no, we did pick one. Sorry, it's literally in my. Okay, hold on. Take two.
And scene.
Rewind. Hello, I am Honey, the holographic orientation navigation invention.
Yeah,
There it
who
is.
made you? That's the important part. But
I was created by Wonderlight Technologies.
one
Van
wand.
here's wondering is like, is that like the same as like the Wonder family?
I don't know a Wonder family. I am
don't.
from what you call space.
You're from no association to the Wonder family, though. The Wonders.
I don't know them.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
It's
That's
promising.
good. Yeah.
Should I know them?
No,
However,
No.
you should know
No.
they suck.
They. Can you say kill on sight? Is it safe to say kill on sight?
It's yeah.
Attack on sight? Beat
Yeah.
their ass on sight? Punch him in the face on sight or throat?
Anyway, so yeah,
Or
this is our
throat.
apartment that the Dawn Brigade helped us set up. We have like a trust now. We're kind of almost rich.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so we kind of took the Wonders down. Croque Sewer is now a bad guy again.
Oh,
I know, and there's like this,
a good kind of bad guy or like a bad kind of bad
and then
guy?
there's like this Texas Scrambler, and like I guess he knows where our brothers are. I don't know, but anyway, it's weird. There's these eggs. You want to see your bedroom?
I got a bedroom?
Yeah, so do I.
but hell yeah. Dude, this is awesome. What the? You guys have been so busy since I've been gone. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, we were
What-
busy looking for you mostly.
What is your name?
Oh, hey, holographic orb. Holographic orb. My name is Kalili, but I also go by Pyro.
Kalili. Pyro.
Yeah.
Beep boop, beep boop. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you.
Would you like to take a contact photo?
Yeah, sure. Contact.
Yes.
Please smile. And there's like so the side of Honi's body, like these panels like separate out, and a little like it looks like a little telescope just like kind of pops out,
Yeah.
and a little thing pops out of that, and it's a little flash. It
Oh,
takes
yeah.
a picture of you. And then
Yeah.
that whole arm retracts back inside, and the panels put themselves back together.
Oh yeah.
And Honi's lights like pulsate twice,
Mm,
and it says, "Thank you. Contact photo added."
sick. Yeah, Kalili did like the biggest like show your teeth grin, just cheesy as hell smile.
And there's like a little hologram that pops up showing you your picture, and it lists your name underneath it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Do you have one of those, Van?
No, it
Yes.
didn't ask me to do it, so
Would you
Oh.
like to take a contact photo?
I guess so.
And the same thing. And then after taking your photo and showing you your photo, it says, "You said, you know, goggles."
Yeah, goggles. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know goggles.
kinda.
We know. Do you know goggles?
Find that makes.
Yes. And you see a hologram of Goggles contact, which has Goggles doing like a thumbs up.
Absolutely, she would.
You know what?
And it says her name underneath it. And Honi like shows it to like has the hologram, which is like a flat like 2D,
Mm.
shows it to you, Clearly, and then spins it to show Bramble.
Yeah, we definitely know her.
Mm. I mean, you know what? Honestly, to be honest, I'm much cooler with goggles than I am the Wonders. So, like, if I had to pick one or the other, honestly,
Look,
I'd pick
here's the
goggles all
thing.
day.
We
Honestly,
made a deal with Goggles. She kept her into the deal,
exactly.
as far as we
Yeah,
know. So
Well,
yeah.
What was your deal?
that she wouldn't give our brothers jobs.
Mm.
Oh. Well, processing.
What if that's why they're gone though?
Beep boop beep boop beep boop. Your brothers,
I don't know.
JJ, and Shadow were the ones who brought me to Goggles.
You know our
Beep, boop, beep, boop,
brothers.
beep, boop. Yes, and
They
Honey
brought you.
projects their contact pictures.
Well, that's them, all right.
Yeah, that's so. Was that a job or a favor or like?
I am not quite sure, but they appeared to know each other and be quite friendly.
Yeah, they're
Goggles
friend-
has been very nice to me, and unfortunately has gone missing. I can't find her.
Okay, wait. So our brothers are missing, and Goggles is missing. Cosmos
One
is
day-
stuck.
The
She never
dangerous
came
time
home.
to be in Halcyon City.
Fuck
This is
my
a
life.
lot.
Honey, can you say fuck? Is that part of your programming?
To say fuck.
Yeah.
Nice.
Boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Oh, that is a curse word.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's also a descriptive word, like the situation. This is a fucked situation.
This is a fuck situation. And it also can be
Accessing
like
the internet.
how many fucks you have.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fresh
Those
out.
accrue like team points.
Yes.
Honey's lights blink as they search the internet for that word.
Oh my god.
I hope you have safe search on.
According to Urban Dictionary, fuck is defined as the only fucking word that can be put every fucking where and still fucking make fucking sense.
Yeah,
True.
it's a beautiful word, honestly.
Fact.
It's a noun and a verb.
Yeah.
Do team points work like inspiration? I think they do, and we just.
I
we're
think
just
they
adding one to
should.
the
I think
pool
you should
for
give us
this
team
whole thing.
points.
Yeah, I think honestly, yeah.
+1.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Thank you for the team point. Bing.
Shit. So okay. Goggles is gone. Our brothers are gone.
Mhm.
Crock of shit is now a villain again. We have an apartment.
We do.
I
Oh yeah,
like
bedrooms.
your apartment. I have an apartment too.
Oh, you do?
It was Goggles' place.
Oh,
Do you have to charge or like are you solar powered?
I do have a charging station. It is back at Goggles' place.
do you think
Which
there'd be hints at Goggles'
I
place? maybe?
suppose is my place now that she's gone.
Oh yeah, like you inherited it.
That makes sense. But like,
Mm.
should we go check for clues there or something?
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
Micah,
I mean,
you gonna be
you could-
good here? Like,
Yeah.
you want to let us know when you're unstuck?
Cosmos takes like some earbuds out. It says, "Huh? I'm gonna
You-
be here a while. Just
You want like a
Puts them
boba
right
tea or
back.
something? We could bring you one back.
She's already got earbuds in. So
Would you like a hot pocket?
Yeah. Oh my god, I have not had a hot pocket in 2 months.
you like open our freezer and it's just hot pockets, like
All the
5
way
different
down.
flavors.
Mhm. It's like a '90s commercial. It's just
Hell
Breakfast
yeah.
overly
ones,
full.
pizza ones, whatever
Yeah.
Kalili's
Mhm.
favorite is, it's definitely in there.
Yeah, she pulls a pizza one out and pops one in real quick. Just a sec. Like I
Mhm.
haven't had one of these in too long. And pulls it out and just like stuffs the whole thing in her mouth. Ah, okay, I'm ready now.
You see Micah look up. She's like, hold on. I think I've got this. And does a quick little calculation or, enters some commands into this keypad or whatever it is. And then hits, go or proxy, whatever the button is. And then this portal, like a portal inside of the one that's already closing, opens up. She's like, I can just step out of here, and then tries to go through it. And as she does, somehow there's nowhere for her to go. And so she's simultaneously entering and exiting this portal from the same side. And it looks very painful, but kind of just reconstitutes herself as, never mind, that didn't work.
It was a nice attempt.
You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. You always do, you
Yeah,
know.
just text us when you figure it out. And we'll come back for
Yeah.
you.
We'll bring you boba back, you know. By the time we be back with the boba, you'll be out of it for sure, you know.
Oh, we can't go back there today.
Oh shit, are we banned at the boba place?
No, but like it would be
they
weird if
love
we
you there.
went a second time in the same day, especially because we like stopped a robbery from happening and broke a bunch of shit and people are mad at us again.
Oh. I mean, that kind of sounds like a them problem, and
Mhm.
I mean, like, I've been to the boba place like 3 times once in one day, and they were fine with it.
Haleli,
Yeah.
maybe you could go to the boba place because you weren't there earlier.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah. Do you need me to do anything else other than get boba?
No, I'll just take my usual, but
Okay.
we'll go with you. We'll just like hang out outside.
I'll order it on my app. I'll order it on the app. I'll pick it up, and
And then we
just
can
like
go to Goggles.
yeah, you know, just like, on the way.
Love it.
As
Download
you're
complete. Would you like to
exiting-
know a fun fact about
Yes.
Hot Pockets? Like as we're walking
Yes.
out.
Yes.
Hell yeah!
Oh, do you actually? Okay. Did you know that Hot Pockets were invented in 1983 by Paul and David Mirage?
Did not know
Paul and
that.
David
Well,
Pockets.
cheer to Paul and David Mirage.
I'm as old as Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets
In
are
2002,
older
the
than me.
company Nestle acquired it, and they
Uh.
paid $2.6 billion.
Holy moly, that's a lot
That's
of
a
money.
steal.
Damn.
For Hot
Wow.
Pockets, that's a steal.
For Hot Pockets, it's a steal. Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's
as
go.
you're hearing your Hot Pockets facts and exiting, you do hear a little
Yeah,
chime.
Honey keeps talking. There's a
We're
lot
just,
more
like,
Hot Pockets
walking.
facts.
Indicates
I had
you
to
have
download it.
a new message on your machine. But
Oh, I think hearing that Van would stop because you never know when like the brothers are gonna call.
mhm.
Push the button.
Yeah, and you've got 3 unreads or unheards. Unseen, your TV lights up when you hit the button, and the first one you see Blink and Glitch from the Dawn Brigade.
Mhm.
And it's sort of like the message takes longer than it should have because they keep interrupting each other, siblings and
Aw.
all of that. But the gist of it is they're heading off to space for an unknown amount of time, and they're just asking that you take a little extra diligence around the city. In their absence, they say, we love what you've been doing. We heard you stopped a bank robbery today. That's amazing. Go, do you, but just be aware that they'll be gone for a while. The second is from Bo Peep, the Shepherd of the Night. She's sort of changed up her look recently, darker, like a black costume now, no big little shepherd's hat like the Toy Story character. Whatever. It's taking a kind of sort of a sharper edge now that Halcyon is less safe than it was before the Battle of Wonder Tower. I don't know what the fuck to call it. And the unknown event, the end of last season. She's saying that she's following up on a lead right now. She doesn't want to get your hopes up. He thinks it might have something to do with your brother's disappearance.
Mm.
She's like, this is a long shot. I'm only telling you this because, I'm heading out, but I don't want to tell you more before, I find anything concrete. And it says, I'll contact you through the usual channels. This one. And just like an awkward goodbye. And it stops the message. And then the last one is someone you don't recognize. But you may have heard of. Her name is Jana Riverheart. She says she got your name from Pantom, also of the Dawn Brigade. And she's a podcaster. She loves what you've been doing. She's a big fan. Would love to sit down with you sometime and interview you for her show if that's something you'd be interested in. But that's it. And that's all.
Yeah, it's gonna be a no for me. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I think I'm good on that.
Love it. All right, you head off. It does not take long to get to the boba shop. There is still some cleanup happening, although Halcyon Cities had this sort of thing happening for decades now. It was a pretty quick process they use now. By the time you're there, the bank glass has already been replaced. The doors, they're putting a new door on the hinges and stuff. The boba shop looks like it's untouched, and I don't know, like painting new lines into the street, something like that. Pyra, I think you're able to head in,
Yeah.
pick up your order, no prob. You rack up some points to get that free one here
yeah.
soon, and I think you're on your way.
Yeah. Pass the drinks around. I got a drink for Honey too, because I'm like,
Oh, it can't drink that. That was really
Yeah,
nice, though.
a little like light beam shoots out of their side, and like it can hold the cup, and so it's just kind of floating, just holding it, but it doesn't do anything with it.
Oh my god, yes.
nice.
Oh, did you bring Radicchio or leave him home?
I think that, okay, so here's the thing. Van finds him as annoying as she loves him.
Mhm.
So it's like she loves him. He's adorable. She thinks he's great. She wants to protect him. And so, and also part of that protection is not like being around Bramble, because one, whenever I do shit, it goes wrong, and two, like he annoys the fuck out of me, and I don't want to hurt his feelings, so I leave him home.
Yeah. I think the only one who's gotten any significant time on those gaming consoles you mentioned has been Radicchio. And every time you're in and out, he's wanting you to like check out his Animal Crossing island.
Yeah, definitely
look at
Animal
his-
Crossing. Yep.
He's playing that Elden Ring. Is that a one? He's probably on
Elden
that. Yeah, that's the one. He's
A
like,
little
look at
Stardew. Play some Stardew Valley.
Yeah,
Radicchio.
Stardew, absolutely. Breath of the Wild. He's like,
Okay, you would have seen Radicchio as you were going around and scanning. Radicchio is a cabbage person who thinks that Bramble is a druid or some kind of
Dryad.
Dryad because of her plant powers. And then he's a hedge knight, and he has a little horse that's made out of a bush. He's very cute.
Is
he's
he
referred-
a child that you're looking after, or more like a pet?
He's like a familiar. Like he's
Oh,
an
okay,
alien.
gotcha.
he's just a little guy.
He's
just
an
a
alien,
little guy.
technically.
Yeah, he's
I
an
love-
alien. He's just a little guy.
I love him.
And his name is Radicchio. I have a picture of him. I'll find it. Somebody drew him for me, so I'll find it and show you later. It's really cute.
Yeah.
I believe he's referred to you as the messenger of the word of the All Seed or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, something like
The All
that.
Tree.
All Seed was what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thinks that she's like some kind of goddess or dryad or some shit.
Just a little guy. So he stays home. He's probably putting some hours into his island right now. Trying to catch all those fish.
Honey will lead you to where Goggles' place is. Do you have an idea, Miguel, of what this looks like, or do you want me to try to describe something?
So they would be familiar with this location as well.
Okay.
Goggles' main, or at least this base of hers, we'll say, place of operations is situated above this warehouse nightclub that she used to run. It has also been abandoned. Looks like the lights haven't been on down there in quite a while, and the place itself is like part office, part workshop, and then just like a bedroom, pretty large, that she kept for herself in the back. Aside from that, there's all the equipment and stuff that she wasn't that stayed here when she disappeared, plus anything that she set up custom for you, Honey. But I think when we set up your lair, or your whatever it's called on the Doom playbook, Sanctuary, there's something like it's hard to get to or possibly trapped. I forgot which one we
So
picked.
I think if the two of you had been there prior, when you come visit again, you notice that there's a lot more security on it, and Honey's about to just like walk right in, and it pauses and turns around, still holding the boba, and it says, "Please wait here. There are a lot of security features."
Cool. We'll wait.
And Honey just pauses, and it looks like it literally just like froze.
As
Now
you're trying to-
connected. and we'll just like zip on. Honey can move extremely fast, and just like zips out of view.
Mhm.
And a couple, like a minute later maybe, there is a series of beeps, and a robotic voice over what appears to be like an intercom just says, welcome. And Honey zips all the way back out and says, okay, it is safe now for your entrance.
See,
All
okay,
right.
cool.
Van just walks right in.
Yeah, walks in and definitely like checking out the place, like
Mhm.
seeing how Gadget lives. Like sipping the
Um,
boba tea like slow
yeah,
noisily and
so
just like a little bit of judging eyes like, oh like how
the place doesn't look much different than it did the last time you were here, right? A lot of the fixtures and or decorations are the same. It's all
Mm.
this like art deco steampunky vibe. You know, she definitely played a lot of Torchlight as a kid or something. Um, but it definitely doesn't look lived in. You know what I
Mm.
mean? I think
Yeah.
Honey, if your charging dock and stuff is visible in this
I
area, you'd be
imagine,
only
if I may,
yeah, please.
I've been imagining it as like the freaking like the TARDIS center console,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
like whole shtick.
Oh, absolutely.
And it has like tons of wires and lots of lights, and there is the um it all seems to be built around a cube shaped um holding dock that has been
Mm.
hooked up to this thing. And
Mhm.
the two of you can assume that this sort of cube shaped thing is the actual like charging station for Honey. And it will just spin around and turns to face you both and says, welcome, this is where I stay. And there's like a blink, like the normal blue lights on Honey's body, like flash red
Mm.
and then green and then blue again. And the robotic voice over the intercom now says, secured.
Well, cool. Let's take a look around, do some snooping.
It's kind of like a Roomba van.
A Roomba van.
No, like
Oh,
van. It's kind of like a
I'm
Roomba.
Van. It's like a Roomba. Gotcha,
Like
gotcha,
I got it.
gotcha.
It's got a docking station.
It's got a docking
Cool.
station. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions? I can hear everything you're saying.
I think
What
you're
can
really
you do?
cool.
Like, do you have like a menu or like a table of contents of all the stuff you're able to do, Honey?
Oh yeah, like commands, like backslash commands or abilities or
Yes, I can do many things. I was originally created with the purpose to help people who are lost.
oh,
And as it says that, it sort of floats down to about your knee level and turns the brightest, roundest part of its body upwards. And it projects a 3D holographic map of the city, of Halcyon City.
That's kind of
And
cool and helpful.
the buildings are all like accurately, like they're all accurate to size, accurate in placement. And you see the little like the major roads
mm,
have like labels on them, and like it's accurate even down to like the trees on the sidewalks and the traffic lights and like all of that stuff. And that
that's
map just like slowly spins, like the holograph of it like slowly spins, and Honey says, you can interact with the map with your hands.
Oh.
I touch it. I just like
So-
quickly just like poke something.
So when you
on it.
touch it, unlike like it's not just that your hand passes through air, there's a little bit of resistance. Like there is some tactile feel to this. And so you can like zoom in basically to the map, you can move it around, and yeah.
Pinch to zoom.
This is really cool technology.
It's awesome.
Does that tickle? Like, do you feel it?
I cannot feel anything.
All
She
right.
scratches it like
What are you doing? And
I-
like the map is like jiggling.
I don't know, like,
This
you
is not
know,
the intended use of this
Mm.
feature.
kind of like, a dog likes this kind of
Chicka, chicka,
thing.
chicka, chicka. Yeah.
I am not
understood
a
what you're doing,
dog.
Kalili. You're fine.
Yeah, you got me.
I also can tell you about landmarks, fun facts, music, YouTube, first aid, games, and I have a laser gun. And there's like the body separates again, and there's like the little laser that I used earlier that pops out and just kind of like and then like goes back in the body and all of the segment parts.
Van got like really excited when she heard
laser
games, but then with the laser gun, Van just like,
Kalili got really excited at the laser gun.
okay, like I don't even care if I'm not being cool anymore. Like before, I was texting Micah about how cool this like thing is, but like I can't even be cool about it anymore. Honey, you are so cool.
Honey, you have a laser gun? Can we try it out?
It is dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
Should I be scared? And it turns to Bramble when it says that.
Oh, of Kalili? Nah.
Yes.
Nah, she wouldn't hurt you.
No, hell no. You're in our group. Do we have a name? Do we have like a name now?
Yeah, like somebody even started calling us the Delightful Trio.
It's that podcaster.
Delightful Trio?
Yeah, but we've been saying like TD or what was what did
PDT.
DT, that's what it was. And then what was the trio is what Cosmos called us. Yeah. The trio. But I'm
Okay.
thinking like now that we have Honey, like maybe we're like
Yeah.
3D trio. That doesn't make sense because that would be like 6. I don't know.
Like the trio and Honey.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like a band name.
I like it.
Mhm.
Honey, can you play
No.
music?
I can. What would you like to listen to?
Oh my god. Sorry, first I have to process the fact that you can actually play music. Honey, you're the coolest technology thing ever. What the hell? Man,
I was created
So-
by Wonderlight Technologies.
Can you play Dreadnought? I want to hear Dreadnought.
yeah.
Dreadnought.
May I propose something?
Yeah.
It seems like with the two of you being so in awe of Honey, and let me clarify. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Honey, does Bramble have influence over you after last session? Was that given? I don't remember.
No, so after last session, I have influence over Cosmos, and that's the only thing I wrote down.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'll say this would kind of seemed to me like they're maybe shifting your labels superior to mundane, but I guess if they don't have influence, that wouldn't happen. But sorry, I'm trying to be more aware of that stuff as a GM because I think there's a lot there. My bad. Unpause.
Would you like to see Goggles' room? Would that help in our search? I have already
Yes.
searched it.
Yeah.
But
Van
perhaps
lies.
your
Like we do not need to go in her room, but Van wants to see it.
Totally, there's gonna be some helpful information in there. Yeah. Honey's
Okay.
so smart.
Thank you. I have the knowledge of the entire internet, plus other data archives. Beep boop beep boop. And there's like an awkward pause when it says that. But then it will just spin and lead you through this completely unused kitchen, which
Yeah.
all of the appliances are unplugged, and will continue to the bedroom side.
Mhm. So yeah, Goggles' bedroom adjoins the kitchen, as you know, it's a pretty big open kitchen dining space, you know, like a 2-in-1 open floor plan sitch. But it's sort of like there's like a big archway that connects the kitchen to the living space, we'll call it, to the bedroom, with just like a beaded curtain, no door, and inside it is rather big. It's like a large, you know, bedroom. You can tell there's an adjoining bathroom, etc. Whatever, but it's got a door obviously to get to it. It's not that open concept.
Mhm.
Cool. And yeah, large king size bed, we'll say. Goggles, the big lady, she likes to sleep big. There's like this old looking bureau or which wardrobe. I always forget the third one of this. Etc. Just, for clothing, a kind of long, short dresser with a mirror, usual bedroom stuff, but the walls are adorned pretty peculiarly. There's like one like kind of patterned accent wall where it looks like she has, for lack of a better word, trophies mounted. Like there's this big metallic helmet, kind of almost looks like a helmet, like the Fallout helmet, you know what I mean? But there's a spear that's been driven through it, like diagonally, and it's just mounted on the wall. There's like a metal gauntlet, other bits of like armor, peculiar looking tech that all look like they've been dismantled or destroyed in some way that have been put there. And the rest of the walls have, there's like a mirror, like floor length, etc., some paintings, other art and stuff like that. Yeah, that's her room.
This is where Goggles sleeps. Or should
This
I
is
say,
where-
slept.
This is where the magic happened, as they say on Cribs. Is that still a show? Yeah, what do you do in
yeah, actually, I
in
think it is still a show.
someone else's bedroom? Yikes. Anything of particular interest? Rifle through a underwear
Clearly
drawer, I
looks
don't know.
under the bed, like lifts the mattress, like looks under the mattress. It's like,
It
you know what?
is.
People hide shit here all the
dusty.
time.
There's like some pet toys that look like they've been lost down there. A sock, pencil, and like 35 cents.
No, well, that's disappointing. Just drops it with a thud.
Right. Some of the dust kind of
Ugh.
spreads out as you do. This definitely looks like it has not been lived in quite a while.
Yeah, like just Khalili just start searching around, like rummaging through things.
Yeah, can I do like the assess the situation or something?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Let me double check something. I'm like, do I have any moves for this? And the answer is no. All right, I know what to do. I'm gonna try this, and if this doesn't work, okay. So assess the situation. We add superior. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's a 10.
Beautiful. You get 2 of those questions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so because this is a different thing, it's not really a assess the situation kind of. I didn't know that's like our only version of like an investigation, right? So I'm going to. Can I edit these a little?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. So
I'm here for it.
So like the instead of what here is the biggest threat, like what in this apartment has shown the most promise for finding information?
Huh. Okay, so you look around for a while and you notice there's like maybe one glaring thing that Honey maybe has missed or just didn't think was relevant, but the message, the voicemail, whatever machine in here is, the light is blinking on that one and looks like there's just one singular unseen message on it.
I'm gonna go push the button.
Okay. You do, and you immediately, it's like, it looks like it's been recorded here in this place, because you can see you see Goggles in full gear, if you will. She's wearing some kind of her body armor, like a helmet with the thing pulled up, or like I guess the goggles up on the top of it there, and whatever. And she just says, "Honey, um,
Yes.
I hope you, I hope you find. I never showed you how to use the machine, but I think you're smart enough that you'll figure this out. Um, you're charging
Figure it
now.
out.
When you awake, I will no longer be here. Neither will my crew. Someone is on to us, to you, and they know that I have been in contact with you. I don't think they know that you're residing with me. I'm going underground for a while. Don't try to find me. Don't try to reach out. I'll reach out when it's safe. I'm going to try to lure them away from you and away from my hideout. Stay hidden, stay safe, and don't trust anyone." And then the message. Just,
So when she said don't trust anyone, like she didn't mean us.
classic.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. She's right.
Honey, you
System
good?
processing. Honey, if an orb could pace, that's what Honey's doing. Although Honey's not moving, but it's kind of like the lights around its body start
Mhm.
like pulsating as it thinks. Oh no. Oh no. And Honey's gonna zip out of the room back to its like charging station.
Mhm.
And will just I think it's going to offload some of the information from like the past couple hours and just sits in the charging cube.
Okay. As you're charging, Bramble, you have your own little, like you've got your phone and you've got like there's like a superhero. Also, there's like an app on it. That's the way you communicate with other. Oh,
I
sorry.
had
Go.
a second question still for my role.
Oh, right. Yes, please do.
So my next one is what can I use to find my brother?
It's awkward because. Okay, yeah, that. You see, there's like a computer or like a workstation somewhere. I imagine as you're rummaging around, looking around, you should turn it on at some point, and there's like it takes a minute, but you find like a transaction log, like an inventory in out. Like you do like a keyword search for JJ, and there in like an inventory log, items received, items out. There's like a received, and it's just marked unknown orb, and it's just like marked with like a flag, and it says extraordinary tech or something like that. It's just delivered by JJ and Shadow, and there's like a little audio, there's like an audio clip that looks like it's attached to this as well. That when you play it, you hear Goggles' voice again, and she says, "The city's in chaos right now. Wonder the Wellington Tower has fallen, and every hero in this city is preoccupied with the rescue efforts, the fallout, the damage, and yet in the midst of all of this, two young men who've been told repeatedly to stay away from me brought me the most extraordinary thing that I've ever seen. The technology is beyond even me, beyond that charlatan Wilhelmina wonder for certain. I sent them on their way. I told them they'd get nothing from me, no jobs, no tech, no anything. I keep my word. Sent them on their way and said, find your sisters and find safety. I saw them heading east. I hope they make it."
Well, we have a direction at least. And she kept her word.
Yeah. Yeah. East. Huh?
As you're finishing up that, you do get an alert on your app. You've got a like a DM, right? And as you look, the like contact info comes up, and you just see the contact pic for Peepers, Bo Peep's little sidekick. He's just like kind of one of these, but then as do you answer? You just like let it go to voicemail.
No, I'll answer.
Yeah, you see his face in mask costume frantically. He looks a little disheveled, right? Maybe like there's some hair popping out from a rip in the mask up there. He's like, Bramble, I don't know who else to turn to. Bo Peep's been captured, and they say you have to go get her. And with that, we're gonna go to break. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, everyone, take a short. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the second half of the second episode of the second season of Age of Wonder, a Masks actual play. It's a lot of seconds. You knew it was coming. We left our heroes in the den of Goggles, the tech genius, although she's not here. It's really now the sanctuary of Honi, our resident orb, and a doomed orb. The team has just received word that one of their most beloved mentor superheroes, Bo Peep, take that with a grain of salt. I don't know what your feelings are. You decide. Has been captured by villains unknown so far. They have heard a word from Peepers, Bo Peep's stalwart sidekick, also shepherd themed costume, with a location where he would like y'all to meet to confront whoever it is has taken his beloved. What's the opposite of a ward? He's the ward. She's the
Mentor?
den mother. Sure, we'll go with both. Yeah, so you're still in Gadget's lair, or sorry, Goggles' lair. Honi's.
Sorry.
Where Honi's crashing these days, we'll say. You got the little.
Honi is still hooked up to the charging station.
Yeah, but yeah, you got the little alert, the little doot 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 doot, and it's time to go.
Bramble looks at Honi. Honi, are you good?
One moment. And like there's like this whole time, this entire structure has been like pulsating, and you can hear it like humming with energy. And perhaps, I don't know, but perhaps one could assume that Honi is really tapped into the electricity usage of their place, because literally everything is turned off except for this thing and like all the stuff that powers the security things. Like there are no lights on, none of the appliances, clocks, none of it has all been unplugged to conserve on power. And after maybe like 5 minutes of sitting in the charging thing, Honi says, Honi, there's like a whirring sound, and Honi pops out of their cube, and it turns to you two, and says, "How long do you think we'll be gone?"
Do you want to live here without her here?
I kind of have to. This, and Honi's light just like illuminates the charging structure. This is very important, and I kind of need it.
We could like take it back to our place if you want, because you're in the gang now. So yeah, you're one of us.
I don't know if this would fit in your apartment. It was specifically designed for this place.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I mean, you can come back here.
Very big.
It's fine. But yeah, like I don't think that Pyro and I will be coming back here anytime soon.
That is okay. I move very fast.
Can we like reach you on the phone or something? Like I could shoot you a text or something.
I don't have a phone.
But do you have okay, so like sometimes people can like post things on Twitter from their refrigerator.
Oh yeah.
So
Are you
like can we text you to your device? Like is there a way to message you?
One moment.
That was good thinking.
Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. I can access the internet,
Sick.
but
You
I
should
don't
make a Twitter.
specifically have a communication app. I can make something very quickly. You have cell phones, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
May I see one?
Sure. Van hands over her phone.
Please plug it into this. And Honi floats over to the structure, and like there's just like a cable that you can like plug your phone into. And like 5 minutes later, Honey is basically like inspecting the contents of the phone and seeing how the technology for like texting works.
Mm.
Um, and Honey's lights are like pulsating, which I think for them means that it is like creating something or in the process of like thinking, essentially, is like the
Mm.
pulsating lights. And it says, okay, we can leave now. I will work on this in the background. It has
Cool.
been queued.
Cool.
Honey, Goggles said that our brothers headed east. Would you be up for like looking for our brothers? Because it sounds like Goggles doesn't want to be found.
Yeah.
I would love to help you.
Great.
Does seem like Goggles doesn't want to be found. Yeah, you help missing people. Do you also help finding people?
I would like to help.
Hell yeah.
Great. Okay. So, she said east, and I'm like real bad with directions. So, like, can you lead the way?
Yes, of course. That is what I was built for. And
Cool.
Honey picks up the boba tea, which was set down on like a side counter, and the light beam like extends it to you. Would you like my drink?
Yeah, I'll take this off your hands. No worries.
And you grab it from the light beam, and the light beam just disappears, and you can feel the full weight of your cup settle into your hand. Because before the light was holding it. And it says, are we heading any particular place east, or are we just heading east?
She just said east. I don't know how to find them, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
We didn't really
That
have
is
any
frustratingly unspecific.
You're telling us.
Like, what about like locate phone? Like, what if you like could locate their phone? Do you have an app for that?
And
Can you-
Honey is thinking again.
Honey, can you hack things?
Hack? I don't think so. I don't have the capability to do that.
Okay.
All
I
right.
can
Well,
send out a ping to their phones, seeing as I have their contacts.
Oh yeah.
That's right. You do.
And so Honey wants to try to send out a ping,
Mm-hmm.
just to see if they get anything back.
You don't? I guess.
I'm sorry. There is too much interference. Please try again later. No signal was found.
I'll say what you were able to find through your, like, I guess whatever does return is just that makes you think both devices have not been active for quite a while.
Both of their cellular devices have not been turned on in quite some time. I believe that is why I can't locate them.
but they're teenage boys. Like, what are they doing that they wouldn't have their?
They
The
probably got
Texas
new
Scrambler
phones.
said like that he would say hello to our brother.
Do you have the Texas Scramblers contact information?
No, but I do have a scan of his gun. And like you watch as like a 3D holographic version of the gun that the Texas Scrambler had pops up. And it spins slowly. The technology is very familiar to me.
Familiar to you? How so?
Yes. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Can I be frank with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is not Frank, but I will be frank for now. I am in danger. That is why Goggles is running away. And she said not to trust anyone. And I think I do trust you and you. But you can never be too careful. I hope you understand why I am saying this.
Absolutely understand.
But the people that are looking for me
Uh-huh.
are the people that made this. And you watch as like the gun like pulsates in size and then continues spinning.
So we have a common enemy, it sounds like.
Wonder
I suppose
Lights.
so. Wait, do you say Wonderlights?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Honey like the gun disappears and Honey turns towards you and says it is not the Wonderlight technologies. They are my original creators, but they are not the people who are searching for me.
I see.
We are in a safe place. Perhaps I can tell you. You have to promise not to tell anyone.
Yeah, we promise. Like we're all on the same team, Honey.
Okay. Wonderlight Technologies created me, but I was stolen by another bad group. The same people who made this gun. And the gun appears again and then disappears.
Cool. Okay, so we need to find the people who made that gun because that's probably where our brother is. Our brothers are.
I cannot be seen by them. They are looking for me.
About how big is Honey?
Honey is slightly smaller than a standard soccer ball, I think. Like this big. Like hold on.
I mean,
have
I
the
could
size.
probably fit you in my bag.
Like probably 6.5 inch diameter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. In the bag.
I could fit you in my bag, like, no problem.
I don't think a bag will block their scanners from locating me.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
I mean,
Okay,
we'll protect you. We're pretty
Yeah, if
strong.
anyone fucks with you, I'll punch him in the face.
I understand. I can also protect myself. I have been doing as such this long, haven't I? Haha.
I think so. I think you'll be fine. You have a laser gun. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, laser gun, like we have nothing to worry about.
Humorous tone. They are the ones who gave me the laser. Haha.
Well, they done played themselves.
They really did. The consequences will never be the same for them.
So, shall we head east?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. Let me disable all of the traps. I do not want you two to die while trying to get out of here. And Oni goes back to the station and sits, like, nestles itself back in the little cube. And there's, like, the whole thing pulsates. And then you hear, disarmed. Welcome. And Oni says, okay, you two can leave. I will remain here so I can lock up. And then I will meet you outside. Oh, and can you grab this? And it just flies over to another charging cube, but it's not attached to the big thing. And it's just the cube off to the side. Please take that with you.
Cool.
Okay, yeah,
Thanks.
for sure. Kalili like heads outside and I've got like so many messages on this thing, Van. I gotta I think I'm just like I'm just gonna like scan through them real quick, like probably not a lot of important things, but like
Ye-
just give me a sec.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll be here if you need me. Just this is kind of causing me anxiety. Like that was like, look at this. You see, there's just like 14,000 messages.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
weren't
God.
Keep
missing for a
ticking
while.
up, probably.
Yeah.
A lot of those are from me. You can just ignore all the ones from me.
I
What?
knew it.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of this.
Cool.
And after a moment, after the two of you step outside, there's that same whirring sound, and the voice says, "Secured." And then, like a second later, Honi zips out and, like points with its laser at the cube that you're holding, and it says, "This is my portable charger. It can fold up if you press the button on the side."
Van presses it and puts it in her little like messenger bag thing.
Yeah, it like condenses to like the size of like a phone, so it's like flat, so you can hold it, and it just slips into a bag really easily.
That does happen.
It was
I
made
think-
with nanotechnology, same as me. And Honi will just like demonstrate that its body can completely like deconstruct and make like different shapes, basically.
Dinosaur. I think as you're heading east, Pyro's checking, her phone, deleting messages, listening to things. Who knows, right? Just going through a lot of emails with gift card offers. If you click here, that sort of thing. Everyone's got those. I think Honi, with your relation to the weaponry that the Texas Scrambler and his still don't have a good nickname for the minions there. His omelet
Graham Slam
Boys.
special.
omelet boys. No, that's horrible.
We'll
Whatever.
we'll keep workshopping it.
The stuff you got off him and his criminal organization. You have maybe like been able to put together a makeshift tracker, like something that would let you know when something with a similar source of energy is in the vicinity,
Let me
perhaps.
know.
And that's like
Okay,
it, like
yeah.
it's like you, but because I feel like it's perfect for you coupled with your mapping protocol, right? And then now that you know sort of what to look for in terms of the weaponry, the energy that they're using, it's sort of like the find quest in a good Zelda game. Like it's over here, but you're gonna have to get closer to find the thing, and it starts leading you, definitely further east from where you are. And I think you're all I'm assuming walking at a pretty good pace, or do y'all take any sort of alternate transportation, or just hoof it?
I think we could get a lift or something. Wait, why don't we have a vehicle? I feel like we should have a vehicle because if we've got a trust, we definitely have a vehicle.
It's a very walkable city.
right,
Public
fine.
trans is great. I don't know, but we can talk vehicle if you want one.
I
What
want a
would it be like?
motorcycle.
Oh,
I like the Phantom cycle.
with two sidecars, one for Pyro, one for
No,
one for
Pyro gets to
Cosmos.
ride on the back with me.
Okay, so just one sidecar.
Cosmo gets in the sidecar.
About Radicchio.
Radicchio doesn't go on adventures.
So okay, so no, yeah, we'll say you brought your cycle over. It's not like souped up like the Phantom cycle is, because that's sentient and it does its own thing. But you do have the sidecar. There's helmets because we're responsible like that, and yeah, we'll say you take that Honi. There's room for you in the sidecar since Pyro's doubling
Honi
up.
doesn't need the sidecar. It can just float along with you. Because one of my powers is
wouldn't it be
superhuman speed,
nice?
so I can just go as fast as you guys are going and just zip on.
That's
as
so
well.
cool.
It is. As you get closer, as you sort of like narrow down where you think this blip that you've gotten is coming from, Bramble, you notice you're getting closer to the vicinity of where Peepers had asked you to meet him to go rescue his beloved Bo Peep, Shepherd of the Night. And you eventually get another message from him, and he's like, "Hey, I can see you're headed this way. That's great. I can't meet me on this rooftop."
Oh, I already forgot we were supposed to do that. Fuck. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna have to stop and
As
talk
it
to
so
Peepers.
happens, you're heading, and as you're getting closer to him, you're getting closer to the source too. Like you can tell, to where eventually he's on a rooftop. You park in the alley next to it to be a little inconspicuous. But it seems like he's maybe 2 blocks from where Honey, your ping is going off pretty strong. You think it's like this warehouse. It's on the water, we'll say. That there's a harbor. Halcyon City has a harbor now. Everyone, congrats, we did it.
World
But yeah, it was like on a pier, your classic comic book setup, right? It's evening by now. But yeah, there's like, we'll say like a fire escape kind of situation where you can get up to the roof to see where Peepers is. And as you come up, Pyro's still clearing messages left and right, just like delete, archive. Do you ever hate it when you try to delete something, you hit the archive button instead, and you have to undo, and then you have to really delete it? That's happened a few times to Pyro here. It's been a mess, right? You get up there and you hear sort of like a chuckling, a little giggling, and then you hear Peeper goes, "Yeah, go fetch." And then as you're clearing the rooftop, Bramble, you see on his hedge horse Radicchio just galloping and going to catch a ball that Peepers has thrown. He's like, "You're here. I called your place first." Radicchio answered, and well, he showed up too. But I'm glad you're here. I'm real worried. He's so worried. He's been playing catch with the one and only Radicchio.
Radicchio, you're not supposed to leave the house.
Radicchio's like elated to see you. He says, "Dryad, when I heard of the danger, I could not stay away. We must rescue your comrade, and I must protect you." Everyone else just hears, like, imagine you're eating a salad that's got too much dressing on it, right? That noise, that's what you hear coming out of this cabbage person atop of this hedge. Although I say, Honey, you probably do recognize the speech. Like you hear that vocal, but that you were able to translate it with your database of galactic languages or whatever.
Ooh. So Honey just floats there then. It doesn't seem phased by the scorching sounds coming out of it.
And then Peepers, Bramble, looks at you and says, "I gotta say, no idea what the little guy is saying, but he's a hoot."
Yeah, he's pretty cute. He's just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
I like to think that Van has like gotten clothes for Radicchio and has like spruced him out with like all these really cool clothes to make him look more like a little hedge knight. The little the younger version of her before she was transformed and changed her aesthetic thinks that like Radicchio is just the cutest and has made him look like when what's his face comes through on Enchanted, right? Like he comes through from the cartoon realm and he comes out and he's got the big poofy red maroon thing going on. I don't know. Anyway, that's what he looks like. He's wearing like a stereotypical princess outfit.
Oh, of course he is. Like little pantaloons. He's probably got a little big hat. One of those big like
with a feather in it
thing.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, and so he's strutting around on his hedge horse. He's got his spear and shield ready and everything. I think the shield he's turned so that the emblem on it, Bramble, is just like he's like drawn you on there with like a Sharpie. Maybe multiple Sharpies. He got like the colored set. He's got the pink for the hair and everything and whatnot. But yeah, Peepers is like, we're really, I don't know what she was looking into, but I think it looks like someone got the drop on my mentor, Bo Peep. Shepherd of the Night. You gotta say it every time. It's part of her. It's part of her trademark. He says, I managed to scope out the place without being seen. It looks like we're up against the Old Pro.
The Old Pro?
Peepers explains. He's like, the Old Pro. He's this retired tennis, golf, and croquet champion. He could never lose. And so the sporting world got boring for him. He turned to a life of crime. He uses his athletic prowess to pull off jobs with golf clubs and shit. I don't know. That wasn't high when I thought about this. I thought this up. Yeah, that's him. He's like he's a mercenary. He'll take on jobs for just about anyone. It doesn't matter as long as they pay. And he's who's got Bo Peep tied up in that warehouse, blah blah blah, traditional supervillain setup, blah blah. It's like we gotta look out because he's got a whole squad of goons with him, his caddies, and they're all dressed in little polos like they're gonna go golfing with various bags full of golf clubs. The shoes even got the little puffy golf thing on them too. They're very traditional.
Amazing.
Some of them are dressed like polo players. I don't know.
I hate this. All right, let's
They exclusively do country club sports. They won't do anything else. Very exclusive.
I think Bramble looks over to see if Pyro is like done with the messages yet, and then seeing that she's not, Bramble will turn back to Radicchio. So, what's your plan, Radicchio? What do you think we should do?
Radicchio will charge in, and I will run them through with my spear and beat away their blows with my shield. I will take my hedge. My horse. Did we ever name the horse?
No, we should.
My valiant steed,
Butter.
Barkwind, because he's made of bark and he's fast like the wind. My mighty steed Barkwind will chew through the ropes. There's obviously ropes holding your friend hostage. She will get on the back of Barkwind, and we will gallop out valiantly. He raises his spear to the moon, and there's a little on it as he does. He has a little magical moment.
So I don't think that people can get on Barkwind with you because Barkwind's pretty small. I do like the rest of your plan, though. I think the rest of your plan is pretty rad. Radicchio, have you ever gotten hit real hard before?
Radicchio nods and he gestures you down. He's like, oh, my lady Dryad, Radicchio is one that is prone to boo-boos, and you are the one who heals them for me. I do not like talking about this in front of other people.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. It's totally normal to need to have your boo-boos healed. So yeah. Okay. Well, let me give you let me give you a boost. I guess if you're going to be here, I guess you can help. Let me give you a boost. And can I unleash my powers to give him a boost?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's roll it. Oh, I love this.
Come on, roll well. Hell yeah. So I rolled a 9. Now let me add my freak.
Ooh.
So that's an 11.
Boom. Absolutely. How do you what sort of boon are we giving Radicchio here?
So you know how he keeps calling me the all seed all the time?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Bramble has learned over the last couple of months how to bloom flowers. And so she holds her arms out, and in between the thorns on her arms, these little flowers bloom, and then she kind of shakes them, and this pollen dusts down onto Radicchio.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What kind of effect does it give him, or do you want me to decide?
I think maybe I think it causes him to bloom his own little flowers, even though he's like this little cabbage man. But I think that I think that if he took his hat off, I'm assuming that he would like kneel to receive
Mm-hmm.
this boon and take his hat
Mm-hmm.
off. So what you see is little flowers bloom around his head, and then he kind of just gets a little more robust. Like he maybe grows a couple extra leaves. He gets a little beefier.
Hmm. Absolutely. And he feels a little extra valiant. And then he just, as he's kneeling, his shield, spear in hand, he's like, "Thank you, my lady. I will not squander this boon." And then he like mounts Barkwind again. I'm gonna write that down or I will forget. And he's ready. He's like, "I'm ready to unleash hell when you give the word." He's very confident of himself. Oh, hello and welcome, Raiders. Thank you for joining us. We're playing Masks. We're having fun. There's a cabbage person riding a bush, knight, horse. It's a thing. Don't worry about it. It's a
It's
whole
made of
vibe.
bark, but it has the
It's made
bush
of bark.
mane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's
Very
Norb.
good horse.
I
There's
And,
an
and there's an
orb.
orb. We got an orb.
Pyro's checking her messages. We're all good.
We are all good. Peepers turns to you. He goes, "Bramble, you're the brains here. What do we do? Also, what's this thing?" Kind of noticing
Hello.
Honey for the first time. "Can I throw this with Radicchio?"
Absolutely
Hello.
not. You don't touch it.
Got it.
Honey, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Honi, the holographic orientation navigation invention. I am here to help
On a what now?
and assist.
Looks like you got yourself a fancy gizmo here. That is interesting. Nice to meet you, Honey. Yeah, Peepers kind of gives
What
like an
is
awkward
a
salute.
gizmo?
Yeah, it's a piece of technology, a gadget,
Gizmo,
I reckon.
defined as a gadget, especially one whose name the speaker does not know or can recall. That is false. I just told you what I am called.
Cheeks turn bright red. He's like, "You sure did there. Um, Smart little soccer ball, aren't you?"
I am not a soccer ball, but thank you. Soccer balls are actually larger than me. Fun fact.
Uh-huh.
That was the fun fact. That
Oh, I
soccer
get
balls
you.
are bigger. Yeah. They gave us a whole 5 minutes about hot pockets earlier. It was pretty cool. Did you know that those have been around since 1983 or something? Anyway.
19?
83. Wow, Peepers, you gotta clean your ears out, bud. So yeah, I guess let's do this or something. Do we want to do a distraction first? Like Radicchio makes a pretty good distraction.
Mm-hmm. Radicchio volunteers. He's like, "I'm ready, my lady, to do whatever you require of me."
Here's the deal, Radicchio. Your goal is to distract and then not get hurt. Because if I have to heal you, she gets lower. If I have to heal your boo-boos, I can't heal my own. Okay?
He steals up. He's like, sword and whatever, spear in hand. He's like, "I will not fail."
I believe in you.
And jumps off the roof.
Bramble,
Yes.
what would you like me to do to assist you in this maneuver?
Laser gun.
And there's a little whirring sound as the parts separate and the little itty bitty little gun pokes out. Who
Yeah, so-
are we shooting?
Anyone who looks like that weird breakfast fuck.
The Texas Scrambler from earlier.
Yeah, and any of his friends. Anyone who isn't our brothers, and Bo Peep, And anyone else who's like captured, I suppose, like those are probably all good guys or at least okay people. So basically, we're going to try to release a bunch of kidnapped people, is what I'm thinking we're going to be doing. So yeah, so we'll shoot anyone who's not imprisoned.
Operation Kidnap. Okay. And
Sure.
Honey kind of like turns to
Yes.
face like the ground under them. Do you need me to cut a hole through the ceiling? Or how are we getting in? That is what this laser gun does.
Oh, that's not for shooting people.
Processing. I suppose I could shoot people with this. It is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah. Okay, what if you used it? Yes, like let's get a hole open that Radicchio can fit through, but like other people can't, because then when he goes in and like goes through and then gets them to chase him, they all like can't get through. They have to find another way out. And then you can use your laser thing to let the rest of us in through like the other side, and we can go in and use the laser to like get everyone's like chains or whatever. However they're like imprisoned, you can like open it.
Scan commencing. And like the blue light starts scanning your familiar. Where would you like him to enter from?
Can I assess the situation?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, not as good. We had superior to that. That's an 8 still. So
That's still great. You still get to ask one.
yeah. How could we best end this quickly?
Okay, so you assess. We'll say with Peeper's assistance. He's already scoped the place out. We'll say while he was waiting for you to arrive, and he points out where there are sentries posted. A couple on the roof that are patrolling. So he and you figure they're like easy. Just go between when they're there, and you can do this. And then there's a section of this abandoned warehouse that they're using, but a lot more of it that is just that these hench people, let's say, have not occupied. And he's just like, I know they're on the part closest to the water, in this wharf warehouse. If we come in and there's like a storage room kind of on the closer end, he's like in between when the rooftop fellas are patrolling, and there's like a couple other watch people on the ground level. And he's like, we can sneak them in here, and points out, and he can rush them from this side, and we can come in from the sides and take them out.
Cool. So I want to engage as few people as possible, though, Peeper. So I think what we're going to do is send in our distraction, kind of split them up, send them scrambling as you would. And then we'll go in the other side. And while the ones who aren't very bright, but maybe are like the tougher ones, are chasing Radicchio, we'll take on whoever's left in there and then release our friends.
He nods. Sounds like a plan.
Great. Okay. So then Van's gonna direct Honey to like open up in the this like whatever is the best, most advantageous part to do that for Radicchio only. Like just make it small enough that Radicchio can get through, so that he can go in and cause a commotion. And then we'll go around the backside and open up another spot in there, and that's where we'll go in.
Yeah, Honey like zips down to the place that Bramble has indicated, and it begins carving out pretty much an exact scan of the silhouette of Radicchio's body, so that Radicchio can fit exactly in this hole in the way that Honey scanned
The
him.
horse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
it's
love
like
the
a
idea.
horse
There's like a
with,
spear opening and
Yes, exactly. No, it is exactly that. It's like in the
whole thing.
cartoons where, you smash through the wall, and so it's exactly that. And after that they cut out the wall perfectly, a little laser beam comes out and like removes the wall that was cut off, and then just tosses it
Splashes
like
in the harbor.
into yeah, tosses it vaguely in the distance, and then Honey zips back up to the other side where Bramble and us want to go in, and I
There's just
will
oh,
begin cutting just like a rectangle. It's a lot easier to do. It's a
oh
lot
my
faster.
God.
Yeah, I think we wait. I think we wait until we can hear commotion before we have you open the second one. But yeah, for sure.
And now there's just this like wooden silhouette of Radicchio floating in the harbor, laughing in the
Amazing.
waves. So I think what I'm thinking is we're entering a battle against a dangerous foe as a team, even though we're not like jumping into battle right now. This is a good time to pause and hit our team mechanics. So I'm adding 2 to the team pool, which puts us at 4. I'm guessing Bramble, you're usually the de facto leader. So we'll say that
Yo.
I think you have influence over Pyro, but not Honey. So we don't add 1 there. Does everyone here have the same purpose in the fight?
Yeah, we're here to
To me, it
release
sounds
the
like
captured people.
that's what I think I'm hearing. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. I think we are. Does anyone mistrust Bramble? Honey?
I think even though Goggles said that, Honey has not seen any indication to not trust Bramble. I think if
Okay.
there wasn't the connection with the brothers that Honey also knows, I think
Mhm.
Honey would be more suspicious. But given that Goggles and JJ and Shadow have a direct connection to Bramble, it is more. There's nothing in its programming that would make it feel like it can't trust her.
Got it. Perf. Love it. So then no removal, and if the team is ill prepared or off balance, that is definitely not the case. So y'all are entering with a whopping 5 team points. So
Hell
don't be
yeah.
afraid to use them if you need them. So it sounds like we're sending Radicchio in first. He goes in, he knows this is like a stealth job, he's got to sneak in first to be the distraction, so you don't know where he's gotten it from, but he's gotten a little bandana, it's like decorated with cabbages on it, like all kinds, not just the tall one like he is, and then he just like puts it over his face, like ties it. Pyro's behind you waiting to pop to action too, but still clearing out some last emails and stuff like that, like, are you the right person
She's waiting
to
for
contact?
someone to punch,
Exactly.
charging
Maybe,
her light fists.
I mean, she's got like some like AirPods in or something. She's like listening to like this playlist to just get pumped, I feel like that's what I would do. And you're there. Radicchio scurries through, and then I think on the other side of the warehouse is Peepers. He's positioned himself in a place where he'll catch any any stragglers, right? Anyone tries to bolt that he can try to detain. And that's everybody. We got a pretty good crew for this warehouse job. As Radicchio goes in, he exhales big, and Bramble, you hear it as this sort of like fog covers your eyes. You can still see what you're seeing in front of you, but you also see what he is seeing. And you can hear him as he talks. And he goes, "My lady, Radicchio is almost in position." And he's coming through, and he's creeping through this, like Peepers had said, it's like an old storage room. There's some crates, there's some busted up chairs and tables, things like that. Nothing really of consequence, but some mess and debris. And he reaches a door that's got like the top half has like, window in it, kind of like an office door kind of thing. And he gets Barkwind to sort of to kind of cat on the door, like front paws up, and then he's able to climb in his on like his hedge horse's front paws and head, and is like looking up, and he's able to see through. And yeah, it's a classic, like I said, hench person minion setup. There are several of the old pros caddies, his hench people. They've got the mask across here. Otherwise, they've got like a golfing hat, and it's like sleeveless argyle sweaters with polos underneath, or like all these pastel colors. They've got the golfing khakis and shoes, and each of them has saddled over their shoulder a golf bag with like various clubs, as that's what they're called. I know golf. It's a sport. You hit a thing and you go right, but whatever. They got the clubs, and then it looks like there's also maybe some like a cricket paddle, some croquet equipment thing. Like I said, their whole theme revolves around country club sports because they are elitists. Or who knows, right? Who knows why they picked this? That's why suburban. But yeah, there's like a few standing around Bo Peep. You can see Bo Peep in her costume, right? Is tied up, just classic, like hands behind, and there's a wooden chair and this and that. Is still wearing her mask and everything, her whole outfit. There's, like out in a second floor kind of situation, but the whole middle is open. There's just sort of like the perimeter of it, and you can see a couple patrolling up there as well. And Radicchio says, "My lady, you see what I see. I am ready when you are."
All right, go, Radicchio.
As you say go, you hear just like, yeah, his vision disappears. He's got to kind of focus to do that, and so now you can't see his viewpoint anymore. But you hear him like call his steed forward, and it like kind of bucks back and then forward, and like the door comes bursting down. You hear like the door crash down, and then Radicchio letting out like a battle cry and then charging forward. You hear like some startled voices, and then you just hear one, "Is that a fucking cabbage?" Before it just like you start hearing like Rex, like the sounds of battle, we'll say, some small explosions have gone off, that kind of thing. He's like, "What?" You just, and then also just like more confusion than anything, right? Because indeed he is a fucking cabbage. What do you do? What do we do?
So once we hear the commotion, Van gives Honey the go to go into the other room. And so, yeah.
And then I take the door and again toss it.
Right
Just
into the
toss it.
harbor.
Yep.
And Van is going to peek in. What do I see?
You see like 3 of these goons, we'll say, 3 of the hench peeps, caddies. I give them names for a reason. 3 of the caddies have engaged Radicchio. 2 are kind of like hanging back. One of them has like a golf club with like a hand strap on it, so he's like kind of spinning it like this, right? Or rewind, it's a croquet mallet, and he's like spinning it kind of Thor style, but he looks a lot kind of dumber with a wooden croquet mallet. Another one has pulled out like 2 golf clubs, and it just has them like this. And the third, the one who's kind of approaching Radicchio, has like a tennis racket, but he hits like a button on it, and it is just like, it just sparks up with electricity, like it's just like an electric net, in the racket. And he's coming, and he's like swinging. Radicchio's like deflecting with the shield. He's trying to like stab, but it's kind of one of these your classic cabbage fighting caddies situation.
I think Bramble's going to do her like bark skin and grow her thorns out.
Okay. Go ahead and let's roll to unleash your powers in this heated situation.
Yeah, that's an 8. Wait,
Got
no,
it.
it's a 7. Hold on.
Okay.
I gotta remember what my freak is. I think someone lowered my freak, so it's a 7 now. Yeah.
Okay.
But same success range, so.
Yeah. Would you like to take a condition, or are we gonna call this temporary or unstable?
I think that we're going to I think I'll mark a condition.
Okay.
And I think one of the things she's feeling is like wait, hold on. I don't understand what the different conditions will do, so I want to make sure I'm not fucking myself over with okay, cool. Yeah. So I think she's going to be a little bit afraid.
Okay.
So because like she doesn't know for sure that her brother is going to be here, and then we don't have Cosmos, and I've never fought in a thing with Honey before, and so like that's
Hmm.
kind of unknown. Although that thing with the gun was kind of cool, and then also like I'm worried about Radicchio a little bit because I don't like taking him on adventures because I'm afraid he'll like get broken. And so yeah, so I think she's just a little bit scared.
Hmm.
So she like pumps herself up in like in her armor and everything, but she's a little bit wary.
Got it. Absolutely. So yeah, you go full bark skin. You've got thorns, everything. You probably, you yourself grow a little bit the way Radicchio did when you gave him his boon. And you just charge in. And then so yeah, you come in from the other side, and all of a sudden, we'll say like Radicchio's on one end, you're kind of to the right and back from him a bit. So you're both kind of at an angle from each other. And then, a group of the caddies that haven't quite engaged him look over and they go, "Who are you now?" And then one's like, "Doesn't matter, just get her." And as they kind of they start rushing you. But Honey, what do you do in the moment here as this is beginning to like go down?
I think Honey would scan the environment just to see what's going on.
Hmm.
And I think if Bramble looks like she's fine, Honey would like to speed off to go look for just to see if there's people trapped here and to see if
Okay.
there's any other guards lingering by the prisoners that we think are in here.
Okay. So we'll say you speed to start getting just like a thorough scan of the place. Pyro, who's next to you, jumps in as well. We'll say that she goes in and is like, "Radicchio, I've got you," and goes to like, punch out this caddy that's threatening him with the taser. What is it? Tennis taser racket. Tennis, it's a racket. It's not. But then Pyro kind of catches this goon's backswing as it comes like this, electrocutes her, and then just like hits her off to the side. She goes, kind of hits a crate and is down temporarily. Honey, go ahead and unleash your powers to super speed through this place and get a head count.
Unleash my powers. Roll plus freak. Ooh, that's a 10.
Absolutely. No. So you large and in charge. Yeah, so you go and you're able to zip through. You get there's like a little over, like we'll say like there's 8 in the main area, the 3 engaging Radicchio, and then some others who like a couple have peeled off to start attacking Bramble. And then up on the second level, like, looking down onto the main area, there's another 2, and then another 2 on the rooftop who, when you speed through, have still not been are still not aware of what's going on down below.
And I
then you're
think
able to zip back to where
and the guy with the golf clubs, is he still up? Is he still fighting?
Yeah, so he was one of the first to engage with Radicchio. I think as the electric racket one has pulled over to kind of engage Pyro, the golf club one is like stepping in and is now like, thwacking, and Radicchio's like holding up his shield and kind of absorbing the impact, even though he's like half this person's size.
Am I?
You got that boon.
I haven't done a ton of combat in this game, so let me know
Okay.
like what I can and can't do. But I think what Honey, after returning,
Mhm.
is gonna try and like trip this guy. Like, can I try to use my like light beams to basically try to trip him or distract him so that Radicchio can land some hits
Okay.
instead of being on the
So
defensive?
no, absolutely. So we could kind of take this a couple of different ways. If your intent is to give Radicchio some kind of cover or defense, we would roll a defend someone roll. If your intent is to like engage the hench person, even though like essentially you're going to be doing the same action either way. But I think intent is what is more, kind of defines this. If your intent is to like attack this person, right? It would be ¿cuál es?
Sure,
Directly engage.
let's directly engage, because if I
Okay.
directly engage him, maybe he'll focus on me, this tiny floating orb, so that the weird cabbage can get a hit.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's roll to directly engage a threat, and you're creating a light construct to like trip him off his feet.
Yep.
I love it.
Plus, what's it? Danger.
Mhm.
That is a 7.
A 7. Okay. On a 7, you get to pick one from the list of 4 there. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay.
And I think as Honi extends out this like huge beam, and I think I'm gonna just try to like grab onto one of like grab onto his wrist maybe, and just like yank him towards me. Honi's little voice just says, hello, did you know that golf was banned in Scotland from 1457 to 1744? That is
Absolutely.
a long time. And just like spewing out golf facts.
Yeah. No, and you're able to, no, you do that, and so a couple of things happen simultaneously. You go and you're able to create your construct, grab this dude's wrist. He drops one of the 2 golf clubs and has the other in the other hand. But as he's like kind of swinging forward, like as he swings your direction, hits a switch on that club, and the head comes off of it and reveals a spear underneath, which he like gets off on a throw towards you. It doesn't hit you. You're small, and his aim is like this, but as he does, it actually like goes and it pierces the wall behind you as an explosion goes off from the spear, we'll call it.
An exploding spear, yeah.
And we'll return to that in just a sec. But as he does that, Radicchio doesn't in fact get an advantage and comes in and uses his wooden spear, or like not the spear, uses a shield to like go like this and knocks this fella out, and he drops to the ground. Because the explosion went off behind you, I'd like you to take a powerful blow.
Okay.
And that's
do I
just
roll?
you roll it's 2d6, and you add 1 for every condition you have marked.
Okay, which is normal.
You
Oh,
wanna
this is
roll
the
low.
one that you want to roll.
We
low.
wanna roll
You
low.
want to roll low on this one.
Yep.
All right. Okay, and you take +1 for what?
For any
Every
conditions
condition, but I
you
don't
have
think you have
every
any conditions marked.
I don't have any
Right.
conditions.
So yeah, it's just a flat roll.
This is a 7. So
okay.
I
On the
choose
7,
1.
you choose 1.
Okay. Let's go with I give the opposition an opportunity.
Okay. So yeah, as the explosion goes off, you're able to whir around just in time to you don't catch any of it, right? But as you do, you have to back up a bit, and I think it even it even shocks Radicchio a bit to where he backs up, and Bramble is over here, about to engage with 2 more of these, and so the remaining 3, I guess there's a 4th. The remaining 3 henchmen join the 2 that are up, engaging Radicchio, or were ish. And so the 2 of you are kind of starting to get surrounded. But before we get there, Bramble, you have 2 of these fellas rushing in your direction. Your bark skin thorned up. What do we have you?
I'm gonna be the monster.
Yeah.
So let me roll. All right, that's a 9. Can I use a team point so I can have a 10? So that gives us 4.
Let's see, who would be.
Because like,
how are you?
okay.
I'll say yes, but how are you? Let me know how you're doing it, and I'll say how to help.
So what I see
happens, but yeah, we'll roll
is
pound of 10.
I see that Honey's taken a hit. I see that Pyro is down for the moment. And I see that like Radicchio is holding his own, but that could slip at any moment. And so that would like motivate me to push a little harder into this monstrous form. I also think that because Pyro's down and because Radicchio is too busy, that he doesn't look at me. That means that I'll be able to fully engage in this like monstrous form without feeling without feeling bad about scaring Radicchio again, because that's also one of the reasons she doesn't want him around, is that she scared the hell out of him the first time she did that move. And he's like been frightened of her before. So I think that the team point comes from like seeing that he's not looking.
Okay. I dig it.
So I think I want them to flee. Like that's my goal, is to make them flee from me.
Okay.
And it says you frighten others. Or it's hard to pick things. I think I'm gonna break something I shouldn't have.
Okay. No, this is excellent. So you rage out. You grow.
It's Groot.
You know,
It's basically that when Groot gets real angry and he like screams, that's what it looks like when she.
Absolutely.
But with pink hair.
Pink hair and more flair, you know, a lot more style to it, right? But yeah, you do. I said there's like probably vines whipping about and stuff, like flailing as you do, and these two they both just drop both of their packs, you know, the club sacks, the golf club bags they were carrying, and then just like bolt the opposite direction. They run by Bo Peep, who's tied up, right? And as one of them drops their bag, what comes rolling out is a golf ball, right? Just kind of just looks like a ball, but as it rolls, and it tips one of the legs of the chair that Bo Peep is in. It also sets off an explosion that sends her flying off a bit and then kind of landing off to the side. It looks like the chair is all broken up. She's kind of laying there for a second, and I think
what's Peepers doing?
Yeah, what is Peepers is outside.
That little coward.
Right. He rushes in at this point, you know, because he was kind of like watching the perimeter, but he's hearing explosions and stuff. He can't stay in anymore. He looks and he sees her down. He's like, Bo Peep, no. And that is where we're going to end it, I think, for the day. I know, right? So we'll pick it up in medias res next time, I believe. But thank you, everyone, for joining us. I have been your GM this afternoon. I am Miguel. You can find me on the socials at Miguel_Classico. I'm on that Hive these days. Still getting the hang of it. So if you're on there, you know, say hello. You can find me this Wednesday and then every other Wednesday for a little while over at the Initiative Order for 3s and 7s, a Gaia complex actual play where I play Ignacio, a gun runner with a heart of gold. I'm also currently working on Order Up, a TTRPG about making food in a magical world. And then maybe kick it over to Jay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jay. I use they, them pronouns. I am on Twitter at NalaWoo for as long as Twitter is still going to be around. And I am everywhere else at NalaDraws. That's Hive, Mastodon, Tumblr, TikTok, Instagram. Who knows who will win the war of social media sites? Who knows? But yeah, so I'm at NalaDraws everywhere. I am a full-time art director and illustrator doing freelance in tabletop RPGs. I did the art on this overlay And I specialize in character art and fantasy illustration and costume design and all sorts of super fun stuff. Besides art, I am also a voice actor, sensitivity reader, and cultural consultant, TTRPG content creator, and actual play stream performer. If you like what you saw here, I am also on. What do I do? I'm on Divine Intervention on alternating Mondays over on Exquisite Corpse Presents, where I play Erasmith Move, who is the embodiment of wrath and is essentially an immortal mob boss, which is super fun. And then on Tuesday nights, I play Viridian Song in a Vampire the Masquerade game on Going Critical TTRPG. It is an all Asian cast playing. Where our game is set in Seoul, South Korea, in a neighborhood called Itaewon, and that game has been super fun so far. But those are like my two like ongoing things. But the best place to hear about any new projects that I may or may not be involved in is going to be on my socials. So that's me. Gonna throw it to Nikki.
Yeah,
will talk
so
about
I will
Momo.
outro Momo. Momo had to take care of a quick errand and looks like won't be back for outros. So definitely follow Momo at Minstrel's Tale on Twitter. They do a show every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific that's been going on a long time. The art for that is amazing. And instead of being on video, all of the players have their art lights up when they're talking. It's pretty cool. Definitely check that out. It's also great if you're one of those people who needs something playing in the background, and because you don't need to be looking at it to enjoy it. So definitely check out their show. I believe they're still playing Rhyme with the Frost Maiden, and Momo is just a delight, and you should follow them. I am Nikki. I am the producer here at the channel that you're watching this on, and I have been so happy to get to be playing Bramble again, and having teenage shenanigans. And you can catch me on the other alternating Mondays sometimes, on that Exquisite Corpse Presents Divine Intervention, where I play Lux Move, who is the embodiment of lust, because I keep getting typecast, apparently. But anyway, so definitely check that out. It's a really fun game. DK's brain is really cool, and you should check that out. We'll have some more cute stuff coming up tomorrow. We have our talk show at 2 p.m. Pacific, where you can catch Momo and Sam from what's the module called with NPCs? Jay, you're working on it.
Oh, the Rumor Broker.
Yeah. Yep. So we
Rumor
have one of
Broker's
the
Ledger
peeps
of
from Rumor
Names.
Brokers coming, and we will be talking to them about that project as well as other really great projects upcoming. So definitely check that out. And as always, we will see you on the internet.